Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would rather get married to like a Gundam. Be like, this is such a work of art right here. Why don't you just get married to the Sasabi or a Kemper or something? Like, you know,
Yeah,
like.
I don't know if I'd do that either, but I don't.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast. It's your favorite host of the most Sound the Bomb, holla at your girl. And I am doing another AOQ by myself. I don't have Nick or Danny with me because Danny sucks and Nick sucks. Not this Nick I have with me, my co-host Nick. The Nick I have with me though is the boss, the OG from Mecha Warehouse. What's going on, Nick?
Not much. How are you?
Good. How are you, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, a little tired, a little late, but it's all good.
Yeah, man. Because you're the boss. Like you're the G. You're the Don of Mecha Warehouse.
Yeah, pretty much. And until recently, everything else too.
Yeah, everything else. Just everything else. Dude, let me holla at y'all real quick. Nick from Mecha Warehouse here has a website called Mecha Warehouse and a YouTube channel called Mecha Warehouse, and this business is Gunpla. Gunpla. We have Gunpla supplies, modeling supplies, not just even Gunpla, like Gundam stuff, but like other series. He's got some Avas on there, Kotobukiya stuff, Frame Arms Girl. I know some of my listeners are into that, Frame Arms Girl. I think you said you got some Zoids finally, which is
They're
dope.
coming, yeah.
Like, super dope. And so the reason why I wanted to hang out with Nick tonight is because for two reasons. Number one, I'm getting back into Gunpla. Number two, it's just like more people need to know about Mecha Warehouse. And before I let Nick pop off real quick, we're going to take a small break and we'll be right back. And it's going to be Gucci. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Boom, check that out. Okay, links.animesummit.net. You can find all the Gucci links right there. Where to listen, where to subscribe. And of course, the Discord link is right there. Join the Discord. And patreon.com/animesummit. Become a patron today. Give Smokey his wings. He will fly to your house and build Gunpla with you. Not that he can, because he doesn't have thumbs. He's a fucking cat. That doesn't matter. The point is he will be there when you paint. When you do the custom paint job on that Wing Custom Zero perfect grade. Nick, where can people find you? Just I know you have a Facebook page. That's where I follow you the most, and then you have a YouTube, right? Where else can people follow
you?
So
we're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Mecha Warehouse, or at Mecha Warehouse. I think we're also on Twitter at Mecha Warehouse, and I think that's our same on TikTok as well. Trying to do all the things.
Yeah, dude, you're
trying
doing
to be everywhere.
You're doing it all. The TikToks are cool because, like, it literally is just, like, satisfaction Gunpla building in quick form. You know, like, it's just, that's what's cool about TikTok. It's, like, they're quick, right? And,
sure, I mean, trying to feel out what makes sense on TikTok these days. We've been doing a lot of clips from our YouTube videos and stuff, some from some live streams and stuff.
Sure.
I got a couple fun ones that will probably be live before anybody listens to this, but I think they'll be kind of something different.
For sure. And that's why I encourage you guys, and I'm going to tell people about Mecha Warehouse before you guys listen to this anyway. So if you're on the Discord, that's more reason to join my Discord. And let me just say this, like, I'm not gonna tell you guys this. I'm not gonna interview Nick here, okay? I feel like if you want to know more and more about Mecha Warehouse, what the day-to-day is like there, you can go to Mecha Warehouse's YouTube channel and, like, there's weekly update videos. And here's why I love businesses like this, because it's like, this is the most transparent you can get, dude, without, like, being too personal. It's like that perfect line of, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, that's why it's important to me, because, like, it's not even just like, okay, well, it's another place selling Gunpla, but it's like, no, these, like, the prices of the Gunpla are what you would find at a hobby store. They're not like some store at the mall, like, okay, so like I live by a couple malls, obviously, and there's a couple of like hobby shops in those malls, and I'm not going to name them, okay? But they, because the import costs and all that and how many they're getting
Sure.
at a time, they want me to pay $29.99 for a high grade. And not that there are some high grades that I'm sure that are that much, but like for
Right.
I'm talking about like the one I just got from Mecha Warehouse was, I think it was like $18, $17. It's just a Char Zaku 2. And it's a high grade. And
Right.
that's why I love Mecha Warehouse, dude. It's so cool. So anything that you think that I would ask Nick or that I could ask him, honestly, you should just go to Mecha Warehouse. He's even got a clip there now, like about how he started it. That way he can just refer to, But it's basically that you're kind of your story, like where it's like, well, you had a job, you enjoyed it, but you wanted more. You started Mecha Warehouse. Boom, right? That's pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, the 10-second version is I basically started it as a side hustle out of my house
yeah.
because I was looking for something else to do that, my day job wasn't quite doing it for me. And honestly, the whole COVID situation with the hobby kind of blowing up and just the timing of everything just worked for me.
Right.
And by the end of the summer, I was basically doing it full time.
Because I remember when I first started following the page, you were just getting out of your attic. Like, because you were selling them out of your
Right.
attic. Like,
Right.
you had like the UPS machine up there and everything, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, like I actually started it in the hallway that's outside of my office here, the second floor
Oh,
of our house, and then ran out of space there, so we insulated the attic, moved everything up there to have more space, and then started outgrowing that pretty fast too. But yeah, it's the Mecha Warehouse name was kind of like a lie. People were joking about calling it Mecha Attic when we started because everything's out of the house. Whole attic was full of kits. My garage was full of everything we couldn't fit up there. It was kind of crazy.
imagine going up to your attic and you just see a huge 1/1 scale of like a Gundam's hand, and you're just like, that's a huge. I'm sorry, why is there a huge hand up here? Like this Gundanium alloy, does your house can't even hold it up? Boom.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked out
That
too well.
one that would not hold up. That would not hold.
It was hard enough carrying plastic up all those stairs. I couldn't imagine.
Your insurance would not. Your homeowner's insurance would not. Yeah, but they would be like,
Yeah,
I don't understand what this claim is. But yeah, no, honestly, you guys just go to the YouTube and check it out. And let me just ask. I'll ask one question about one recent weekly update you had. By the way, when I say weekly update, guys, I mean literally same day every week. Nick goes over restocks, new stuff, little Q&A at the end, and then other little quirky things that may have happened in his week. So it's really cool. One weekly update I want to ask you about, and
Sure.
because this has been a hot topic on my newscasts that come out every Saturday. Scalpers. So there was a couple weeks ago where you kind of, and you didn't say the person's name or anything. We're not going to do that.
Right.
But like, tell me how that went down again. Because
Okay,
it was
so-
on your website, and like obviously they were trying to,
Yeah, so we had one of our bigger restocks in a while, and one of the kits we got in was the Master Grade Dynames, which is a very popular kit.
very sexy kit.
We only got like 24 of them in just because of the state of supply right now. And so not as many as I'd like, and I knew they'd go pretty fast. But sometime Friday morning, we restock every Friday, we got an order for 9 of them.
Yeah.
Which really kind of blew my mind. Like, who needs 9 of these? Some kits make a lot of sense to buy in bulk. Like high grade Leo, if you're a Gundam Wing fan, right? You
Sure.
can army build them, and you need one for each of your lead Gundams to beat up or something. If you're going to make a diorama, whatever, it makes sense.
Right.
But there's not like 9 different variants of the Dynames that you're going to build or something. Like, I guess you could get together with 8 other friends and try to build the same Master Grade together, but it doesn't make a ton of sense. But I was like, okay, whatever, maybe someone's just crazy. But then the same person placed an order like 15 minutes later for another 9. And I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
now something's going on. This is definitely not cool.
Right.
And so I canceled the second order and sent the person an email and said, hey, like, 9 seems sketchy, but I guess I'll let you go with that. But I can't let you take 18 of my 24 that I got in on the
Right.
first day it came back out. Like that's not cool.
It's about 3/4 of what you had. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. It's a lot of that inventory. I've got plenty of other customers that want them, and before I think I even was able to hit send on that, they placed a third order. Or like by the time I hit send for another 9, I think they might have noticed the second one canceled and were trying to replace it or something. But at that point, it's like, okay, the third one was actually under a different name,
Oh,
same
yeah.
address.
See that right there? Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
sketch part.
right. And it actually got flagged by the fraud filter. It was like, this seems sketchy. And I was like, yeah, I agree. So I canceled all their orders, sent them emails, just said, stop trying. I think they tried a fourth time. And I ended up canceling that one too. But it was kind of a funny situation. And actually, while it's happening, I was like, man, this is going to make good content when I get to talk about this.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because this is a crazy story. This doesn't happen all that much.
So
I've
he
had a
didn't even
few
get
other
the first
orders.
9 then. You didn't even let him have the first 9 then.
Right. Once it triggered the fraud, I don't know if the person's going to defraud me or not. If you're already behaving kind of sketchy, then I'm not gonna. Why risk it?
No. Yeah.
Like a $400 order that they're just gonna claim. Do a chargeback or something on it, claim that they never got it, or who knows what the scam would be.
Right. You got a business to run. It's like
Right. And
it's like when I used to work at the gas station. I'd be like, "Yeah, can I see your ID?" Because they're buying smokes. And they're like, "Do I not look 18?" And I'm like, "Dude, I could get fired." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is a business. It's the law.
the moment you ask that question, then you pretty much have outed yourself anyway.
I'm saying, dude, Nick. Dude. That's what I'm saying. So like
Anybody else, right? You go to card like a 30-year-old woman. She's gonna be happy that you carded her because she's gonna feel good about herself. Like,
right.
like
But then it's like that middle 25. Like, I don't know you're 25. Like, you look,
right.
like, come on, dude. But like, so you kind of have I wouldn't say a neutral opinion. I think you have a leaning opinion on resellers and scalpers. I think to you it's situation by situation. But in terms of Gunpla and your business, what does that look like to you? Like, your opinion, like what's...
So I've kind of taken a somewhat vocal stance on some of this stuff. Like a good example is P Bandai, right? If you're anybody who might not be familiar with P Bandai is a direct-to-consumer kind of service from Bandai. They sell limited kits, basically, special versions of certain kits and designs that they might think aren't going to be as popular, or for whatever reason they decide to sell them directly.
Yep.
And they are rife with resellers. People will buy them because they're limited, and they'll turn them around for 3 times what they paid for them. And I think there is room in that for people to resell ethically.
Sure.
But what that means is you can't be buying like every single one you can get, using bots to try to beat everybody to it, wiping out the supply before people have a chance at them.
Right.
And you can't be trying to offer them as a pre-order while they're still available. There's some shops that I think still do this, some of the big online shops that will buy some of these kits. Maybe they're slowing down now, but they'll buy the kits, and while it's still available on the USP Bandai site at retail, they'll have it on their site for 2x the retail price. Which, like, to me, there's some value in, we're going to grab a few of these. We'll get them in 6 months from now when they print them, and we'll just have them around for anyone who maybe didn't know they existed, didn't have the money then, whatever. You're kind of doing a service, and it makes sense. But like, I got out of doing P Bandai as soon as it came to the US, because to me, it's really hard to do it without kind of taking advantage of people. You should be educating people about how they can get them. It at least made sense a year ago when USP Bandai didn't exist, because you had to go to the Japan P Bandai and figure out how to import them and stuff. And so the markup made sense then, because that was the only way to get them, unless you had a friend in Japan or something.
Yeah. I remember when I got it came up on my Facebook feed. It was like, sign up for Premium Bandai right now. It's free, and I love seeing those P Bandai emails I get, because, like, there's other stuff too. There's like figures and
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff.
Yeah,
And I mean, I would love to be able to sell that stuff because they're often really popular items, but I'm not going to do it and take advantage of people.
sure.
And I think the reselling is the same kind of way. Like if you're buying a kit, it's a popular kit, and you happen to be able to get two of them because maybe you'll be able to build that second one someday, and then you decide that you're not going to, and you sell it and turn a little bit of a profit or pay for your other kit or to help lower your cost. Like I think that's fine. It's when something's rare and you're buying them all up. Like that's kind of a douche move.
Yeah, yep. So that's your opinion in terms of Gunpla, right?
Right.
What about other things in general? Like right now we're seeing it with Pokemon cards. When Bandai was having trouble with the Digimon sets, the 1.5 sets that we saw with that, and I personally know because I'm personally like building decks right now for Digimon card game because I love it. And also we're seeing it with Pokemon cards. Like we saw videos of people fighting at Walmarts. Like, what's your opinion on that? I want to see if you and I think the same. I think we do, but I just I'm curious, just because. And I think I'm interested enough because you're kind of in it, right? Like your business is
right.
that just happened to you, kind of. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of the same thing. Like, it's one thing to buy a spare set. I mean, it's kind of like, to me, when I think of resellers these days, I think a lot about sneakers and the whole sneaker culture thing. Not that I'm really in it, but certain new sneakers come out, or iPhones. Someone waits in line to buy the new iPhone. They get their one iPhone and then turn it around and sell it.
Yep.
When it's one or two or whatever, like you're essentially providing a service for that person that maybe doesn't want to wait in line for 3 days to get one when it comes out. And that's cool.
Right.
But when you're buying up all of them and basically becoming the store,
right,
maybe the store should have put a limit on it and said you can only take one per customer, three per customer, whatever that is.
Right. And I mean that's absolutely how, that's absolutely I think how I feel, and I think how a lot of us feel, and I'm just relieved to hear that you as a business owner feel the same way, because it's like, and that again, it's just like repeating what I said earlier. That's what makes Mecha Warehouse so cool, and that's how transparent you are with everybody in your business. And I mean, I think you of all people understand the most, because you're just like, no, I get that. Like, I want my customers to be happy too, but when it's gone, it's gone, And I remember and what you said about sneaker culture is super interesting, because I remember when the Gatorades came out, the Nike Gatorades, those were the shit. And I remember my buddy was like, I wanted to get one for me and my nephew, but as soon as I got there was only one pair left of my size, and I just wanted them. There was none left for my nephew's size, and it sucked. And somebody, I guess, earlier bought 5 pairs, which is I guess if you got a family of 5, then whatever. But at the same time, it's kind of
yeah.
And those were expensive too. But
right.
Yeah, no, I get you. That's interesting. That's super interesting. It's just wild, man. With the PS5s and the Pokemon cards and Digimon cards and everything. It's just so wild. So, anyway, all right, all the boring stuff's out of the way, Nick. Now I'm gonna ask you the hard-hitting questions right now.
All right.
What's your favorite Gundam series? Or have you not watched all? You've watched all of them, right? Or most of them?
I have not watched all of them. I'm actually really behind. There's so many. I mean, there's so many Gundam series
right
out there. There's tons.
Right.
I don't even know if I could name them off the top of my head, but
I
I'm
can't.
missing a lot of them.
I can't. Yeah.
You can't.
I can't either. Yeah. And of course, there's people in the Gunpla hobby who haven't seen any. It's just a great hobby regardless. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
so I'm just curious which ones you've seen.
So I'm definitely haven't seen all of them. I get this question fairly frequently, but so there's 2 that I usually answer with. Gundam Wing is probably my favorite, if only for the nostalgia factor, because that was, was a Toonami kid. That was what got me into Gundam.
Same.
And so that will always have kind of a special place in my heart because of how that got me kind of started and stuff. Doesn't really hold up fully the time and stuff like that, but
right.
But it'll always be there. And 8th MS Team, I think, is the other one that I would call my favorite, and it's kind of my favorite purely because of like that gritty realness. So many of the Gundam series have this like, you know, almost like superpowers, new type thing going on or whatever, and it's just like sometimes you want that like real down to earth story where you could actually picture yourself in that person's shoes, and you don't have to be like a superhero to be there, kind of thing. Just good at what you do or whatever.
Yep. I 8th MS Team, in my opinion, is underrated. I think more people need to see it. And I think that one, the 0080 era of UC is really good. Like 0080 War in the Pocket.
Yes.
8th MS Team was, I think, 0079, right? Or somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think so.
And
it was during the 1 Year War.
Yeah. And then 0083 Stardust Memory, I think, is pretty good.
Yep.
But like 8th MS Team, like you said, like even just like the direction and color and backgrounds and stuff, like is somber, you know? So it's kind of like even parts where they're treading in the forest or something, and it's just like, it just looks so cool. It's so good. And plus like the main Gundam in that one and the GM units, like I love that color blue. It's like that darker, not necessarily navy blue, but like close to, and it's just like, it looks more real. Yeah, like you said.
Right.
Yeah, dude. So, okay, here's my other question, that just one more about anime. Well, I mean, we could talk about anime all night if you want, but like, what other like robot or mecha stuff do you like? Even not even necessarily anime. It could even be like Sentai stuff. You know, like what other mecha stuff do you like?
So I think the other big one would be Transformers, and not like Michael Bay movie Transformers, but
Right.
that was big for me coming up. I mean, that was well before Gundam was even remotely on my mind. I was definitely into Transformers, and not even really the shows necessarily, or the movies. It was the toys. I had so many Transformers as a kid. It was like that go-to present to get me, I guess, when I was 10 years old.
Please tell me you still have them.
Oh yeah, they're still at my parents' house, and actually,
Let's go.
I've got. I wish I remembered exactly which version it was, but I've still got like an old school Optimus Prime, like the big one with the trailer that was like, you know, a foot long when it was in the transformed like vehicle mode or whatever.
Yeah, the 80s one. Yeah.
And my probably the best Christmas present I ever got was actually some Transformers new in box that my parents had bought for me. They like squirreled them away. They got them on sale or something, and then squirreled them away to be a Christmas present or a birthday present or something, and then they forgot about them. So like 2 years ago, I got old school Transformers
in the box.
In the box, yeah, in the packaging.
So dope.
Yeah, it was quite awesome. That was like my jaw on the floor kind of Christmas present.
That is like,
my brothers were probably jealous because the value of those is quite high.
That's like winning the lottery. Like, come on, dude. That's so sick.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, here's my, okay, speaking of Transformers, what's your opinion on Beast Wars?
I thought Beast Wars was really cool when I was a kid. They were definitely, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I ever watched it like straight through. I don't know, did anybody watch anything straight through?
I just remember there was Beast Wars, and then there was a sequel to that called Beast Wars Prime or something like that, and they were still the same animals, but they got upgraded again.
Okay.
And they looked like different. It was like, I just remember I don't think I ever watched it all the way through now. Like, I just watched it when I was a kid, whenever it was on TV, you know?
Yeah, right. So there's so many things I watched as a kid. Like, I remember catching like a random Voltron episode, but I never sat down and watched enough of it to have any continuity then.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Dude, now that you said that, I kind of want to go back and watch Beast Wars and see if it like holds. See if it holds up.
Well, there's actually I saw a headline today. I think the next live action Transformer movie is going to basically be a play on Beast Wars.
Yeah, Stephen Capel, the guy who directed Creed 2, is doing it.
Yeah, I think it's not actually Beast Wars because there's going to be people in it or whatever. But
right, yeah.
But
here's Mark Wahlberg, everybody. Yeah. Hey, Optimus, how you doing? Like, get out of here, dude. So, what's I got a personal question. This is just for me, and all my listeners are gonna like roll their eyes when they hear this. Do you have you ever come across whether in your business or not? You know what? Hold on a second. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna hear me type, but I don't care right now because I gotta look up the exact number and grade this is. I know it was by Bandai, so they call it a fine scale, and I don't remember the actual like scale of like the number, but it is from Nadesco the movie, The Prince of Darkness, and it's called the Black Serena. Did you ever come across one of those?
I have not. I think I had a Nadesco kit a long time ago, though, when we were still, like, in my hallway.
Oh, really?
Like, it was an Aeroframe or something. I don't know anything about Nadesco, but the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, because I know on your website you have a section for it, because you did have it listed a while ago. But, yeah, so the cool thing about Nadesco is the cockpit, and that the cockpit's right under the head, and that comes out, and then you can put it into an aerial frame, which is made for the air. Then there's an OG frame, which is zero gravity, and then the land frame, which is just a normal one. There's also extra ones like the heavy artillery frame, delphinium frame, things like that. But yeah, it's just like a 26 episode anime. I happen to like it a lot. It's one of my favorites, next to Evangelion, I think. And yeah, I would definitely say if you ever have a chance, it's a good weekly show. You could binge it, but I think it's better to watch it weekly, I guess. But yeah, if you ever get the chance, I would definitely give it the old 3 episode rule. I happen to like the mecha design because it's not. It doesn't try to do anything super different. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I do have an old 1998 Bandai high grade Estivales, which is what the robots are called. They're called Estivales, and it's the pink
that's
one.
What I think I had.
Yeah.
That name sounds familiar.
It's the land frame, and I was gonna do that on stream, but then I thought, you know what? I'm recording this. I think I want to do the Zaku first, so I can tell people where it came from. But yeah, like, now let me ask you this, okay? Who's your ultimate Gundam waifu? You would wife her on the spot. You'd be like, Relina Peacecraft, let's get married right now.
I don't know that I have one. To be honest. I don't know that I ever.
Come on.
No, I don't know.
No waifu. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would rather get married to like a Gundam. Be like, this is such a work of art right here. Why don't you just get married to the Sasabi or a Kemper or something? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if I would do that either, but I don't.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you know what I should mention to you guys too? Here's another reason why you guys should subscribe to the Mecha Warehouse YouTube, is because Nick does live streams on there where he just hangs out and builds Gunpla, and interacts with the chat, and I basically took that idea from him. So if you guys saw my live stream last weekend, that's where I took the idea from.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but the best part is the giveaways. He does giveaways.
Right.
Like, some of these kits he's giving away are like, they're like some of them are the more spendy ones, like, for sure,
They can be. That was one of the best. I think one of the best ideas I ever had was when I first started giving away kits, and the really crazy thing that still blows me away all the time is that, like, I only basically pick one kit to give away each week. So when I'm giving away more than one kit, it's usually because somebody's like, "Hey, can I donate this kit for you to give away?" Which is crazy that our community, between the people that watch them and the Mecha Warehouse Discord.
Oh, that's right, because that last one you did, there was a few of those were donated to you.
Yeah. Someone donated last week. We had a premium Bandai real grade Exia Repair 3. Those P Bandai kits aren't cheap because you're not getting them for any less than retail, and often you get them for more than that. So
right,
they're kind of harder to get and stuff. So it was crazy that someone donated one. And we've definitely had a bunch of really popular master grades donated before. And, you're talking about like $40-$50 for most of the master grades. So
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty significant donation.
Absolutely. What you should I was gonna say the way to join the Discord is like you gotta be a customer, but I wanna ask you this: have you ever seen Gundam Build Fighters?
Yes,
Okay,
recently actually. We
you like it, right?
build fighters. Yes.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's so good. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
like this is another reason why I love you and I want you on here all the time because I never get to talk about Gundam or robot stuff because my co-hosts haven't seen like a lot of them,
Oh
and
no. We gotta
like
fix that.
yeah. Who you telling? Like,
Build Fighters was good. I finally got my wife to actually watch Gundam. I tried to get her to watch like 8th MS Team, and she's like, "Screw this! I'm not into this at all." But I started watching Build Fighters with my 7-year-old, and she like heard us watching it. And she's like, "Oh, I can get into this," and it's become like our new family routine.
that is the greatest story I've ever heard about anything, all the time. Like that's like because like it's targeted towards kids, right? It's a kid show in Japan. Well, not maybe not kids, but like like
Right.
7, 8 or up. It's like it's kind of a proxy battle show. Not only that, it's also targeted towards hobbyists, and hobbyists can be any age. So it's like
Right.
it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't get into Try very much.
Okay,
Or
I would try.
did you?
Have you watched Build Divers though?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. So we that was the next logical progression. We did Build Fighters and Build Fighters Try. We liked both of those, and we started Build Divers. We're working through it now, but it's like there's no cohesion yet to the story, and from talking to people, it doesn't sound like it gets any better.
Isn't
Just
the like technology in Build Divers like way more advanced?
Yeah,
than
so
in
like
the
so
previous
Build
two?
Fighters, the whole premise is you've got this like I don't know, the whole Plavsky particle thing, and they've got these tables you basically can put your kits on and then battle them or whatever. And Build Divers is like Gunpla as an MMO, essentially. So
Yeah,
you
it's like they tried to cater to like Sword Art Online audience
yeah,
kind
so
of in a
you
way.
you
Yeah.
scan it in, you go into this virtual world and you do missions and whatever. And I presume it's gonna come to some sort of cohesive story at some point. But the first few episodes seemed like a commercial for this non-existent game.
Right.
Like, oh guys, this is so cool. We just did a buddy mission and saved the world or whatever it was, and it's like, okay, like,
Right.
is there going to be some like? And there's no consequence because it's a game, so like, they look like they're dodging things, like they're going to get punched in the face and it's going to hurt, but it's like, guys, you're on a video game, like. Your stuff's not getting broken if you lose. Like Build Fighters, they had that consequence to you lost a big battle and you all that hard work you put in could be gone.
Right, yeah, because like the particles would move your gunpla and like it could break. Like,
Right,
yeah.
right. Whereas like Build Divers, it's like, oh no, someone's cheating and they're going to hurt my Gunpla, but it's still sitting on the desk next to me. I can just log in again.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's like when you explain it like that, it's like, yeah, dude, it's kind of true. Like,
Yeah, like there's some cool
Yeah.
aspects to it, but it's just not. I don't know. It doesn't have the same something, whatever that something is.
doesn't have the same urgency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some cool mobile suit designs and stuff, but
Yeah. If you were in a gunpla battle, like from Build Fighters, like what would you take with you? Like what would you build and like what would you take with you?
what would I build and what would I take with me?
I know it's kind of a big question because like I know you build a lot of kits and stuff, but like
Yeah.
just like off the top of your head.
I feel like something ranged, right? Something
Sure.
that's more long distance because the consequences of fighting in close are that you're gonna get. I don't know if being a martial artist and having been in the ring and fought people before, like when you win, you still get hurt, so
Right.
you still get dinged up, and I wouldn't want to do that in that kind of situation. So if I can shoot somebody from a mile away, then that's probably how I would fly. So I don't know what would I.
You
What
would
would I
probably
use,
have
though?
to take something with like I mean, so like the not just a regular beam rifle, but like the kind of Vulcan beam rifles that Wing Zero has, or
Yeah, like a wing variant would probably be ideal because the mobility plus the firepower means you're hopefully avoiding getting hit and really dishing
Yeah.
it out when you get a chance.
I would just like customize the gun so it doesn't kick back like it does like originally, I suppose. But
Or
like,
even
yeah,
even
like I would do
better
that
yet,
too.
like a Virgo, but souped up
Oh.
with the planet defensors or whatever, the shield
Hmm.
generator, and then a big gun.
Imagine going in with like a Barbados or Barbados variant, and all you put on it was the lance. I got this, guys. It's like, I mean that Gundam is fast. Like it's fast,
Right.
but like that probably just has to do with like how weak the armor is, like because it's missing parts of the torso, and
Right.
um,
Yeah, it's so hard. You always see people debating and like discussing one series versus another, and it's like how there's no objective measurement between one timeline and another. So like you can't really.
you really can't. No,
You
I
really
think that's
can't.
why Build Fighters is cool because it kind of gives you that idea. But even then, those are custom built, so they're not really
Right.
like their
Right.
original
It's an
version.
arbitrary universe set to put them all together, so they can weight them to balance them all out.
Well, I remember in Gundam Battle Assault 2 on the PlayStation, um, if you had picked a UC Gundam and it fought against like a future century Gundam, so like let's say Azaku 2 versus the God Gundam or Burning Gundam,
Mm-hmm.
pieces of the Zaku would fly off during the battle, but not against the Burning Gundam, because apparently the alloy is different as the centuries go on or whatever. So like it was really, I thought that was a weird like choice, but it makes sense like by the game devs, I guess, because like so then if you put two G Gundams together, then the parts will start breaking off, like the armor will start breaking off.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And so it's like it is kind of arbitrary in a way. Like how do you
Right.
really know?
Because if one was and Build Divers or Build Fighters was the measurement, then everyone would use that one, right? I think people talk about was it Turn A or something is supposed to be the most powerful based on some arbitrary internet debate that someone's had, and if that were the case, then everyone would use Turn A.
Right.
There'd be no point to anything else if it was objectively the best by a wide margin.
System Turn A 99 Gundam. Yeah, like I don't even remember why this one was so powerful. This show was good.
Bending
I haven't
time
seen
or
it in a long
something.
time.
I haven't seen that one, but I've definitely
Dude, I
seen
don't even
people
remember.
debating it, and it blows my
I
mind
haven't
the stuff they
even-
talk about.
I haven't seen it in a long time, and apparently it takes place in a common era century, which is like I don't even know when that is. Correct century is what they call it. Correct century. I don't know what that means. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's like
and-
after UC or
Like,
even in the same
technically they're all
universe.
separate, but
Right, that's true.
someone has decided that they're kind of together, and I
Right.
don't know. I haven't
Right.
had the time to figure that all out.
Yeah, no, people try to tell me like on my Discord, they're like, Sam, can you explain, since you're the big Gundam whore or whatever, like, can you explain like UC and CC and Butt C? And I'm like, no, I cannot. Like, I just can't. All you need to know is that all the Gundams in the UC take place within the same thing.
Right.
All the ones in this C are the same thing. That's it. That's all you need to know. Like, I don't, like, other than that, I have no idea. Like, because apparently Gundam Seed is something called the Cosmic Century. And it's like, okay, well, what does that even mean? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Gundams are cool. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
Which,
pretty
like,
much.
Which, like, Gundam Astray is my favorite suit from that one, by the way. But, like, yeah, dude. So, have you ever seen Macross?
I have not. At least not all the way through. I might have seen bits and pieces of it somewhere. I think
on,
I played one
man.
of the games. Yeah, I'm very deficient on a lot of stuff.
To be honest, same. But also, like, I don't know, dude. Macross is kind of weird because, like, the first ones are good, and then, like, there was this one, like, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and they tried to fuse, like, well, Macross has always had idols in it, right? Like, there's always, like, an idol character who's, like, a pop idol. That's always been a thing in Macross, don't get me wrong. But in this new one, it was called Macross Delta, and it was, like, all of the main pilots. It was, like, a group of idols, and they were all the main pilots. And it just is, like, I hate idol anime so much. I just... I hate it so much, and they decided to go full idol with this one. It was just lame. But I love the mecha design in Macross for sure. Like the idea of a plane, it looks like a fighter jet,
Right.
and then whichever. But
Yeah, I think I played one of the games way back.
oh, really? Which one?
I have no idea. Something on PlayStation.
Probably
Like
PlayStation
my brother's
2.
game or something, or somebody rented it. I don't even know.
There was a couple good ones on PS2 that were really cool. But yeah, Atsushi Shigeta, he's like one of my favorite mecha designers. He used to draw like some of the Macross radio drama stuff. Who also did like Turn A, by the way. He did Turn A and Brain Powered, which is a weird one. But yeah, dude. Let me ask you this. What's your favorite like non-traditional mech? So like things like a Ava or a Kobu from Sakura Wars, or Gasaraki. Like non-traditional, like it doesn't really look like, or it's biomechanical in some way, or whatever. Or Zammed. I don't know if you've ever seen Zammed, but
I haven't seen Zammed. I think the thing that would come to mind, just because again I'm kind of deficient, there's probably a lot of things I haven't seen, so this answer would probably change.
Oh, sure.
Over time as I get caught up eventually. But the Big O designs were kind of cool.
Oh God, so good.
Like kind of practical-ish, Like it always gets me when some of these robot designs, whether it be Gundam or something else, and these things move so fast and so sleek-like, and it's like I picture things like 8th MS Team where it's just gonna lumber. Like that's more real,
Absolutely,
more believable.
Absolutely.
The amount of energy you have to expend to move a 20-ton piece of steel as if it were like a middle school gymnast or something is just like, that's not going to happen. Maybe
Dude,
someday.
Nick, Nick, honestly, be real with your girl, okay? How much money I got to slide across the table for you to hold on a Big O kit for me if you ever come across one? Dude, I love Big O. Like, I can't believe we had not talked about that one. Like, Big O, I put up there with like Getter Robo, Mazen Kaiser, Giant Robo.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of he was in he was like the main one in the PS2 Super Robot Wars. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but he was like a big hero with a huge ass sword. I forgot the name. Daikiger, I don't remember. But anyway, Big O is like, I would get Big O. I have Ava Unit 1 tattooed on me. I would get Big O tattooed on my butt. Like, legit, okay? You know what? That's my next question. Nick, if you had to get a robot tattooed on you.
If I had to get a robot tattooed.
like honestly, the character of the whatever mech came up to you, gun to your head, and said, "You got to get a tattoo of my robot."
Does that have to be just one?
Just one.
Just
You can't say Mega Neck. Oh man. Yeah, just one. It doesn't even have to be a Gundam. It could be any. It could be any.
That makes it harder. It's got to be just one. So I was gonna say like the spread of the 5 Gundam wing. That'd be like a cool back piece.
Okay, I take it back. You can do 5. Because that'd actually be dope. Like, that'd actually be super sick.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Or even just picture like I think I had a T-shirt when I was in like high school that had I think it was the 5 Gundam heads lined up. I think
like profile, right?
Dig it up. Like they were just like the 5. I think wing in the front and then flanked by all the other ones.
Is Wing your favorite? Like from that show?
No, not really. I mean, the wing's kind of cool, but it wasn't really my favorite. Heavy Arms or Death Scythe probably.
Dude, Heavy Arms was hard.
Yeah,
Heavy Arms was cold.
Heavy Arms. You can't go wrong with a big Gatling gun. Heavy
Arms Custom was even colder. That boy was raw as fuck, dude. Like, imagine squaring up with that. Nope. Just.
Yeah, no, hide behind something that can take it for a while, and then
I don't care if you're in a Big Zam or a New ZL. Nope. Turn around. Walk the other way. eject pilot now. Like, there's no way. There's, like, the heavy arms could easily take down the Big Zam on one load. It wouldn't even have to reload. Like, it could just, brah, bop, bop, over, done, Dunyons.
Yeah, just don't miss.
Just don't miss, which you really can't. You can't miss against the Big Zam. The thing is fat.
True.
It's a damn saucer, you know. But that'd be a cool tattoo, though, dude. You should do that, dude. Let's do it right now. Let's go to the tattoo shop right now. Where are you going?
Yeah,
Let's go.
no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'll set it up. Let's go. And your wife and kid are just like, your kid's like, that's awesome, and your wife is just like, why?
I don't think that would. I don't think that would fly.
That wouldn't go over. Nah, dude, that's cool, man. I think this is probably. I'm gonna be honest, Nick, and it's not just because like. Well, it's not because I love you, but I also because I love you. But, like, this is the most fun I've had doing an AOQ episode, an extra episode in a long time. Like,
oh, really?
I don't get to geek out about Gundam or robots that much, you know? And basically, Nick, what I'm saying is I used you, man. I was just like, I'm just going to use Nick so I can geek out about robots on my podcast. So thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Let me throw one back at you then. What's your favorite grunt suit from everything you've seen?
Okay, you're gonna... Man. Alright. Hold on. Let me think about this. You know what? I like, I guess you would count GMs as grunt suits, right? I guess?
Oh, absolutely.
The GM, the main GM units from 8th MS team. If not the Rickdoms, then those.
Okay.
Because, like I said, like what we talked about earlier, when we talked about 8th MS team earlier, like they're the perfectly balanced suit. You don't need to do anything to them. You just need to load it up, carry what you carry, and you can go. And the best part about those GMs is that they can carry, like, the big container packs on their back for other units. So it's like, I don't know, man. I would say that. Those, I don't remember the exact model name, but the GMs from 8th MS team.
8th MS team, that'd be the GM ground type, I think, is what that's commonly referred to, at least.
Which, by the way, do you have any of those at your store? Let me get one.
Not at the moment. Those go pretty quick.
Dude, I bet you someone out there is building an army of them. I bet you someone is building an army of them right now.
Probably. It's a good
Have
one
you
to
ever
build
built a diorama?
Have I?
Yeah.
I have not yet, but I do have a few that I want to do at some point. One which being you mentioned the Maganacs. So I'm assuming you heard about my Maganac adventure.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
It's a Mecha Warehouse joke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to build all of them, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had to. You had to. It was for charity.
Yeah, it's for charity, right? Obviously, there's no other option. So I want to build a diorama with the full set of those.
Do you think you'll get any diorama supplies in your store, or are you just kind of testing the waters, or not yet? Or
we probably will. The problem is that those get really diverse really fast if you're going to start carrying that stuff.
Absolutely.
There's so many options and so many different things that you need to carry that I'm not I'm not sure that I'm like ready to, because there's just so much variety of stuff to start tracking, keeping on top of.
Well, I'm sure also you'd want to get them from one supplier too. You wouldn't want to get them from.
I have the suppliers for them. I can get a lot of that stuff, but like if you just, let's say we talk about scratch building, for example, on plot plates, so just sheets of plastic. You think it'd be relatively simple to carry, but there's manufacturers that's all they do, and they've got, you can buy this thickness sheet and that thickness sheet, and multi-packs with these 5 different thicknesses, and rods, and square tubes, and there's just so many different possible components.
Sure.
And so you start getting to diorama stuff, and now you're looking at, it's like kind of like model trains and all that other stuff too. Like, okay, static grass. Now there's how many different colors and sizes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure. I know that there's people in the hobby that build dioramas. I think it's a small subset. So it's like on the growth path, but there's a lot of other things that I think people really want that I need to focus on first.
Right. And you don't want to like try it out like out of nowhere and then have it like sit in your warehouse for.
Right. And I mean, as it is, It's really I think one of the biggest challenges I have right now is trying to figure out what stuff to get, how much of it to get, because I mean, you look at a kit and you're like, oh, that looks cool. Obviously, tons of people are going to want that and they're going to buy it, and then it'll sit there. And then vice versa. There's things where like, no one's going to want that. I'm going to buy a few, and then it disappears instantaneously as soon as it's on the website. And it's so driven by how long has it been since the last time that kit was made. You know, what pop culture stuff's going on. I definitely notice sometimes kits will go on runs, and I think it's purely because some big name builder or something that's got a big following uses a certain kit in a build, and everybody's like, oh, I gotta have that now, and then everybody buys them all of a sudden. So it's really hard to manage all that stuff.
So I got two more questions for you before we pop off, but I want to ask you, because you just mentioned like when something new happens or like a new run is happening, right? So I think the next two big things in Gundam right now are there's the Gundam Breaker Battlelog project, where it's like the multimedia project where it'll be like there will be Gunpla, a game, a planned anime, and yeah, it's like one of those multimedia projects. There's that coming up, and then there's also Gundam Hathaway, which like the first film is on Netflix now.
Right.
What do you think? You think that's going to pop off? Like you about to buy like a bunch of Hathaway stuff?
Hathaway kits have been out for a while, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm ignorant as fuck.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, so Penelope was like a year ago or something it came out. The high-grade Penelope. The I still don't know if I'm ever pronouncing it right, because it's...
I'm on your website right now. Here it is.
That one just came out. We just got that, and then the whole G versus Penelope set. There's this big, it's like a $200 set. It looks like a perfect
missile
grade
effect
box.
set.
It's huge. Yeah, it's got both those two extremely large high grades, as well as all the effect parts and stuff.
Yeah, it comes with like the
Messer,
missile
I think,
launching.
is from that too. So there's at least like 3 or 4 kits that are out from Hathaway already.
Dude, the G Gundam looks super cool. It looks like a fucking Megazord from Power Rangers, dude.
Yeah, it's an interesting design. I like it a lot more than the Penelope. If you've seen the Penelope,
I'm looking at it right now.
Chicken suit on a Gundam or something.
Yeah,
but the G looks better. It's still not really my kind of thing, but
right.
It's definitely the
and obviously we haven't seen anything from Breaker yet or Battlelog. So except for like the key visual, there's a Gundam on there.
Yeah, there's definitely, they announced a bunch of kits a week ago or something.
Oh, okay, so because obviously you in the know,
Yeah, honestly, a lot of that information I get from like my Discord. People will like catch the announcement and they'll post it in our like new kit release discussion channel, and the channel start popping off, and I'll know something's afoot, because I honestly am not probably the first person to get a lot of that news. I probably should be, but I'm so busy.
Speaking of which, like, again, you guys should buy from Mecha Warehouse, and when you do, you get an email link to the Discord, because it's only for customers.
Right.
As soon as I got in there was somebody there to greet me and said, "Top 10 mobile suits. Tell us a little bit about yourself." And I was like, "Okay, let's go, dude. Run up." And I was just like, "Yo, I'm a queer trans woman. I'm a weeb. I got a girlfriend. We got 3 cats. Here are my top 10." And then we must have been talking for like another hour after that. And it was like late at night too. And we were just talking about Gundam, talking about anime. It's a really sweet community in there. Like, you guys think my Discord's fun? No. And here's the best part about it. Nick puts up like announcements and like for product. So like you basically get a little bit of a head peek before he makes like the weekly update video. So like that's
right. Yeah,
which I love.
We post when we know when things have shipped and they're on their way to us.
Yeah.
We've got the Things and Dents lottery that we do on there, which is really cool.
Yeah, I just reacted to one of those.
Yeah, so whenever we get stuff in that's damaged, and usually my standard for damaged is pretty easy to meet that mark and be damaged. So a lot of the kits are just superficial box damage usually. But we do that, those discounted kits there that we do the lottery for. We've got Zooms going on. People get together and build together, which is cool. It's an awesome community. We've got like 800 something people now, and it amazes me because, I mean, if you've been in any sort of online community, I can't remember the last time I was in a community that didn't have some sort of drama going on at some point.
Sure.
You know, random Facebook groups on Gundam stuff. You know, there's always somebody posting something, and then everybody starts rolling their eyes about it and whatever. And we've got none of that stuff going on. Like, I can count the number of times we've had like a drama issue that had to be dealt with on one hand.
Right.
And like half of those weren't really that big of a deal.
Right. It literally is just like talking about Gundam, people showing off their kits, people showing off their collection. Like, I love going into the work in progress channel and seeing people's like process. Like, there's this one person who posted and they're like, I custom painted this. It's an RX-78. And then like people are messing with like color shifting paints now.
Yeah.
Like,
those are so cool.
that is so wild. They're so. Are you gonna try painting with one of those?
Sometime I probably will. I don't know
Probably
what
when
I'm
you
gonna
can
do
sit
with
down
it,
and do it. Probably, yeah.
But I'd love to try that kind of stuff. But yeah, and there's so many people that are like really experienced builders. So like we've got like a troubleshooting and tips kind of channel. So when something like, I went in there, I started airbrushing. It's like I'm airbrushing. I've got, you know, stuff spitting out the end instead of spraying. What's going on? And you know, within 10 minutes, I had like three good ideas of what to try and what the problem probably was. Stuff like that. So there's tons of that, and at the same time, not a ton of judgment. No one's gonna like go post your work in progress. It's very, 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 very unlikely that someone's gonna pop in there and say like, "What the hell's wrong with you? You suck." Like,
yeah. Yeah, dude. There was even a mod in there yesterday who posted in the troubleshooting channel. They were like, "Dude, I just got this airbrush kit. It's gonna be dope." And it comes with like the the aerator, and then obviously the pump itself or the air compressor itself, and so cool. So many different ways you can customize your Gunpla and your model kits in general, whatever, But yeah, dude, Nick, I've had a great time hanging out with you.
It's been fun.
Honestly, guys, seriously, like, and I will show you, like, and the reason why the dings and dents thing is like it's so cool too is because like some people care about the box, So like if the box comes in a little crushed, I guarantee you the way Nick is selling it to you is 100% intact. Like I don't think he would sell you broken crap unless he stated it specifically. But
nothing ever goes out the door with it. You like very rarely, if I guess we missed something or whatever. But unfortunately, UPS and post office conspire against us sometimes. But
I bet. Like it's like the way I've had FedEx people throw stuff like over my gate because I live in a townhome,
Yeah,
and I'm like, why did you throw?
Yeah, those video memes or whatever of comparing the different services are pretty accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, Nick, I've had a lot of fun. I think this is really great. I think Mecha Warehouse is great, and here's the thing. I forgot to say this earlier because I'm a dummy. Here's the thing, you guys. Okay, if you listen all the way to the end, I guess this is the perfect time to say it. I want people to get back into Gunpla with me. If you like model building or you want to have fun, you work at a lot of people because of the pandemic. You work at home now. Maybe you got a little more time. Get a Gunpla, dude. Get a high grade kit. It's like $18. Like I'm telling you right now, guys. It sounds like I'm shilling. And I am shilling, okay? Nick didn't pay me to say any of this. I just wanted to hang out with him. This is what it is, okay? The Gundam Seltsum, right? $24.99 at Mecha Warehouse. Toy Arena, $26. New Type, $27. Glacier Hobbies, $26. You may think that's like not that big of a difference, but it literally is. It literally is because, especially if like yeah, there's shipping involved or whatever. But, like, if you're buying a couple kits at a time, the more you save, technically. I mean, that's just my opinion. Also, I just got a Gundam marker. This is going to be my first time panel lining. I'm so excited. Like, you guys have no idea. I want you to get back into Gunpla with me, and here's how we're going to do it. I am going to get a $20 gift card from Nick, and I'm going to give it away on another live stream where I build another model. I will tell you closer to the date when that's going to happen. But just if as soon as you're hearing this, I probably already have it in my hand. I have a $20 Mecha Warehouse gift card or code for you to use at Mecha Warehouse, so you can get, knock $20 off your first kit or supplies or whatever you need it for, and it's gonna be dope. So get into Gunpla with me, please. I know you guys love me that much that you will dive into this hobby hole with me, and we'll never get out of it because
Let's make it extra exciting too. I'll throw in another one too for you. If you're getting one, I'll get you one too.
Woo!
I'll give you a second one. Let's make it fun.
Let's go, Nick. Let's go. You are okay. Hey. This is post editing Sam here. So I had said, because I had just automatically assumed that on Mecha Warehouse's website you could just choose any denomination of gift card, but Nick hasn't put the custom option yet. So like there was only like certain values set. So actually the denomination for each gift card or each gift code that we're giving is $25. So dose giving two $25 codes away from Mecha Warehouse. Okay, back to the episode. That's what I'm telling you, dude. That's what I'm telling you right there. $20, $20, $20, $40. Call in now, call in later, call in feral, call in mockery. All right? That's what I'm saying. Mecha Warehouse, go to it. Nick, you can find all of his stuff at just basically Mecha Warehouse, right? You could just Google it, and all the links are right there, pretty much.
Yeah, you should be able to Google it, mechawarehouse.com.
Yeah,
M-E-C-H-A,
I would.
Just
Yeah, M-E-C-H-A, just straight up. And I would honestly, like, whatever social media that you prominently use, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, I would follow. Well, I would follow on all of them if you can. But, like, whatever one you prominently use, I would follow on there. Literally every update, the update videos, dings and dents kits, other announcements, restocks, which I appreciate because when I bought the Zaku, the Crossbone was sold out, and now they're restocked on them. So I'm going to get one of them because the Crossbone's, like, one of my favorites.
nice.
Yeah, dude, it's great. Like, that mecha designer, and I forgot his name already, that mecha designer is just amazing. He's so good at what he does. But yeah, thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. You want to build Gunpla with me and Nick? Hit up Mecha Warehouse. Let's go. And Nick, anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to shout out, dude? You want to say hi to the kids, maybe? Say hi to your dog. You have a dog?
Not really. I can't think of anything else. I guess the only other thing is that on that YouTube channel we do those builds every Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Oh,
we
that's
usually
right,
give away a kit, so it's a great way to potentially get in for nothing if you happen to be lucky. But if you haven't built a kit before, or you're interested in dipping your toes in and seeing what it's all about, that could be another good way. I'm usually answering questions. We have a really good viewer base, a lot of fun banter in the chat and stuff, and it's a good time too.
It is a really good time. That live stream I was at last time, I was like, that was my first time being on one, and I didn't win anything, obviously, but I don't care. Like, I was just having fun talking to everybody. Like, obviously, like, we're talking to Nick, right? But like we were in the chat talking, like while it's a good time
starting up and stuff, yeah.
And like, while I'm sitting here drawing on my sketchbook for a client or whatever, I just have it on one of my screens and I'm watching, I'm hanging out. It's fun, dude. It's a great time. So please follow Mecha Warehouse. Thanks, Nick, for being on, and I appreciate the extra gift card, man. We're gonna make some people happy. We're gonna get some Gunpla builders up in my community and get it going. So I really appreciate your time, and thanks for hanging out with me, Nick.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. This is a lot of fun.
No problem. And if you ever want to come back, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll do it again sometime.
Yeah. Actually, Nick, let me tell you one more thing. We do this thing on my podcast called Smackdown, where we put 16 characters of an anime in a bracket, and then we just arbitrarily argue why one character should go to the next round, and then it goes like a March Madness bracket, right? Like a tournament bracket. We did a mecha one time, and I think on that episode I said we have to do a Gundam one because there's just so many Gundams.
Sure.
So if you ever want to be on that,
sure,
you should. Yeah, dude, we should. Because like we always do us three hosts plus 2 more guests, because it needs to be an odd number when we vote for each
Right.
winner. So, yeah, if you want to do that, let me know. If you guys want to hear more of Nick, other than following him where Mecha Warehouse is, let me know, and we'll make something happen. In the meantime, though, stay tuned for more details on the giveaway. Again, thank you, Nick, for hanging out. I love you, man. Really appreciate you. And